Shoot.
All right, sir. From obviously with such a new roster, a lot of question marks outside the program. From what you've seen of the guys, dating back to the summer, what have you seen so far that gives you maybe reasons for optimism for this season?
It's a great working group, Mark. The transfers we brought in come from good programs. They know what it's supposed to look like. They're working really, really hard. I had the incredible good fortune in 1981-82, before some of you people were born, to play for Fletcher Aird at Fork Union Military Academy. And I would go there as I was coaching to see Coach and see his team. We had a lot of Fork Union kids through the years. And I can remember in the spring walking in, and he had to field a new team every year. And I thought to myself on several occasions, he's got a list of people to call here. I had like, good grief, I would never want to do that. That's where we are. I don't think we'll ever have the turnover that we had from a year ago. I hope not. But as we go through our practices, today is number 6 or 7. Today's number 6, and so many little things that I don't want to say I've taken for granted. But other than year one, when Couture and those guys were freshmen, we've always had our core back, and Mutz knew Mutz was brilliant. Hunter was so many things you didn't have to teach. You didn't have to worry about this guy. They were so onto it, and they were teaching the younger people. So that part's been hard, but at the same time, it's been refreshing. We've done a lot more teaching through the summer and through our first 5 practices than we've done in quite some times, and you're really and truly stripping it back to the shell and building it again. And that part of it's been a lot of fun through 5 practices. We've got 6 today, 7 tomorrow. We'll take Wednesday off. 3 going into the weekend. I'm really enjoying this team. We're having a heck of a lot of fun. Look forward to getting cranked up here in about a month, 5 weeks from today, I assume. I think.
Ryan, back right.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Ryan.
Well, I know you have a bunch of young guys. What about the older guys? What is it like having
You know
that
what?
experience?
The older guys are doing well, Ryan. Elijah Poteet lost 25 pounds. He's moving, because of that, he's moving better than he's ever moved, and refreshing to see him. And he's doing a great job in the leadership category. That's a bit of a new role for him. He has done quite well with that. Had a great summer. Really worked on his body. He's strong as a bear, and moving better than I've ever seen. Jaden Young came back better and stronger. Brandon Rexsteiner, Patrick Wessler is going to play for this team, and Patrick Wessler is going to help this team win.
David.
Mike, with so many,
What the heck are you doing here? How you doing, Marty? Good to see you, bud.
Mike, so many new additions. Have those guys meshed as you would have hoped?
Very much so, David. Very much so. I don't know that I ever had concerns, but when you're trying to blend in all these new pieces with returners, the summer really helps. All right, we bring them in. My gosh, we're gone for a week. We're gone for a week after final exams in the spring. They're back a week later, and you get right into it with David Jackson, and then we practice probably 15, 16 times within the NCAA guidelines. I think we're limited to 8 hours a week in the summer. So you're together a lot. You have ample opportunity, and I have really admired the camaraderie, and it's all they know with AU, and as prominent as that is, and they are accustomed to different units and different teams that's worked out quite well.
Coach, I know in the past you've marveled at Malijo's footwork. I know you mentioned he's down a couple of
Dancing
pounds.
bear.
I was gonna say, yeah, I imagine it's even better now. Is that right?
Ron McDowell. Yeah, it is. He's got great feet. He's got great feet. He's got really good soft hands. He's practiced very well as you'd expect him to. I guess this is his 5th year, his 3rd year with us. But losing that weight has been will be good for him moving along. And as he goes about his life, he's a big human being, and took a lot of pride and took that very seriously in the spring and through the summer, and really watching what he eats and taking great care of his body. He's doing really, really well.
Is the wall a 4 or a 5?
Chris, he'll play a lot at the 4. I would say he will play 85%. Did I hit that on? 85% 4, 15% 5. I worry about him fouling at the 5, Chris. I worry about him fouling at the 5. He is, I would say Toby is 215 pounds right now. It's a little light at the 5, but his length and his ability to block a shot, and to get Toby on the floor with Ben Burnham, or Toby on the floor with Tyler Johnson when we go with a smaller lineup, is intriguing, and that is something that we continue to toy with.
Tucker Terry, Tech Lunch Pail.
Tucker, let it rip, buddy.
How you doing, Coach?
Good,
You went
man.
15-2 on your home floor last year. What makes Hokie teams so hard to beat in Castle?
Hokie Nation. That place is hard, man. That place is hard for a visiting team to come into, and the Castle Guard up there, and this incredible fan base. Castle Coliseum every year. Roy Williams was the first. In my first year here in the summer, I am out and about on the recruiting trail in July, and he grabbed me by the arm. I've known Coach forever, and he said, I can't say this out loud, but Castle Coliseum is the hardest place in our league that we go into. And I've heard that same sentiment from others in the Atlantic Coast Conference. It's a wonderful home court. It's a wonderful place to play. And now, Tucker, we got to do a better job of going away from home, away from the friendly confines of the Castle, and winning games. That's a big deal. And I think we went 2-8 in the league last year, and that's just not good enough. That's the difference between an NCAA tournament berth and not going to the greatest tournament on earth.
Yeah, thank you, Coach.
Coach, what's it been like growing or watching Jaden grow and develop this offseason into what he is today?
Good. Typical freshman. He had some moments. He had some good moments. But a better understanding now, and how it all is supposed to look, and how you go about your day-to-day business and your routine. He's settled into that. He's doing very well, Tucker.
Marty?
Here's a hard-hitting question here.
Well, let's go. You are now to look at it. You've been in this game for a long time.
39 years
How has
as a coach.
everything that's happened in the last 2 or 3 years changed the way that you're doing things, and how a program like Virginia Tech has to do things?
You better figure it out, and you better embrace it. And it's not going anywhere. It's where we are as an industry. Across the board, football, baseball, etc. So you adapt and adjust, and make it who you are, and apply that every day in recruiting, and just the way it has to be, Marty.
Tucker, you have another one?
It's hot as a firecracker in here. Maybe I'm just intimidated with my man Berman with me. I haven't seen him in a long time.
As far as the
Scared.
strong suits of this year's team, what so far have you seen that you think this group of guys might do particularly well?
I tell you, I've told you the last couple of years, I think we're deeper, and that doesn't necessarily come true. Hasn't necessarily come true. I do think this team is deeper. I do think if I had to play right now, Mark, I'd probably play 10, maybe 11, which is unusual. This is going to be a very, very good rebounding team. We have to be better defensively, where we just weren't as sharp as we needed to be some nights. Some nights we were very, very good. We'll be better defensively. We'll be better on the glass. That's two key ingredients, needless to say. It's going to take some time offensively, the timing, the cutting, the passing, is something that we're going to work really hard heading into game one, but it's going to take us some time there.
Seems like of the transfers, Miller from Temple is kind of a known quantity of what he's shown before. How might he work in your offense?
He had a really good year up there a year ago. He's been very impressive here. He scores the ball. He distributes. He plays the spot. He's a very, very good on-ball defender. He's tough and was well coached up there. Been very impressed with Hyseer and what he has brought to our program in a brief period of time.
Ryan?
Coach, I know we throw last year kind of in the rear view, but I'm just kind of curious, just from a coaching standpoint, how did you kind of view last year, and are you going to take any of that, the lessons that you kind of learned into this year in terms of what you're going to apply in your coaching philosophy?
Certainly will take things away, Ryan. Hey, listen, we've gone 2 years without advancing to the NCAA tournament. We've been here 5 years. Year one, COVID, went to 2 straight, should have gone to a third, and then two NITs. Disappointing. I don't know that I want to say disappointing, but we missed the mark. We didn't accomplish what we need to accomplish, what this fan base expects you to accomplish. Not only get there, but to win. So certainly lessons to be learned. Those will, we look back on that. We talked about it at length this summer and how to make it better, and I certainly think that we have.
David?
When we talked in May, you said the lineup questions would be answered in the summer and going into September. What have you learned about your group and going 10-11 deep? That feels very new.
I don't have a lineup yet, so I'm going to push that up closer to the start of the season, and that's going to evolve as we move along, David. I like the pieces, and someone might say, well, Lord sakes above, you had 16, 17 practices in the summer. You're 5 in here in the fall. Have much more clear picture. I don't. It doesn't work quite like that. Our consistency, simply because, David, of being so new together, this team being so new together. That is something that continues to come along, and somebody's going to present themselves today that maybe didn't have a very good day on Saturday, but when it matters most, we'll have it dialed up and ready to roll.
You said you feel like this is going to be a strong rebounding team. How come? What gives you that?
Tyler Johnson, freshman from Florida, is going to play, and he is a hard-rocking man. Man, does he play hard. Holy smokes. He's going to be a good one around here for a long time. A fierce offensive rebounder. Burnham is really tough and strong. Lawal with his length and his ability to get, into the air. Malaisial's doing a great job. Malaisial's done a good job with that in his first 2 years with us. That will be a real strong suit for our team.
Young man in the back right, introduce yourself, please.
How's it going, Coach? Miles Jordan, Tech Lunch Pail. Nice to meet you.
Hey, Miles, good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, too. I was just wondering, you mentioned that it's hard when you don't return that core group like you have in the past. And my question for you was, as a coach, what's the hardest part, or what's the farthest part, the farthest part away that this team is right now from where it should be? And kind of what's your plan to ensure that that improves as the season approaches in the future?
We've been pretty good, pretty efficient around here offensively. And Miles, it's not frustrating. It's not. It is. It just our defense is ahead of our offense, and that's to be. There are probably 95% of us as coaches that are saying that about their team. When you look at the offensive end and there's a ball involved, the ball requires timing. The ball requires precision. The ball requires great teamwork. Defense requires great teamwork, but that's a matter of five guys playing really, really hard and connected and getting to good places. When you involve the ball, that takes a little more time. So that would be my response to that. I hope I answered your question.
Perfect, you did. Thank you, Coach.
Go ahead, Dan.
You mentioned Tyler Johnson. Has his impact surprised you at all, or is it kind of what you expected him to come in and
Comes
help
from
you
a
guys
great
out?
high school program. Surprised me a little bit. Played a great AAU team, Florida Rebels, and played for a terrific high school coach, Steve Reese, down there. They were very successful. I think they got beat in the state final, maybe the semifinal. But man, he really knows how to play. He's got great hands. He's a freshman now, so there's going to be some growing pains as we move along. There are every day, but man, he's conscientious. It drives him crazy to make a mistake. He wants to correct it. It's the same way in the weight room with David Jackson. If he doesn't do something right, he wants to do it again immediately. He's a dandy. He's going to be a really good player for us.
Raza.
Coach, how you doing?
Ross, I'm well.
You guys have a full schedule to work with now that the ACC schedule released last week. Just wanted to get your first impressions of the schedule.
I haven't looked at it in great detail. I know we open with Pitt at home in December. I like opening at home. I know we go to Duke on New Year's Eve. I think it is. I know that's our first, and then we go pretty quickly out to California. We talked about that trip a little bit this morning in terms of preparation and travel. We're not in school. Thank goodness. We're going out on Monday. I can't. Let's hold that one. Let's hold that one. We're going out on Monday. I don't know who we play first. I think it's Cal in Berkeley, and then we'll play Stanford on Saturday, come back on Sunday morning, and then we have NC State at home on Wednesday. That's a haul. That's a haul. So I haven't put the magnifying glass on it, and I'm not sure that I will. You take them one at a time. I know we've got Delaware State on November 4. Election Day's the 5th, and get it all cranked up once again.
Chris asked you about Toby Lawal's role on the team, but he obviously has some inherent traits that kind of jump off the page. What can you say about his pure athleticism and what he brings to the floor?
I've never coached one like him, not athletically. Heather, all of us, when we went to camp, they taught you to rebound the ball at the top of your jump, all right, and bring it down under your chin. This guy jumps so damn high, he usually rebounds the ball down here. And it's like, that doesn't look right. Well, I've never had one that jumped like that. He literally, he catches a lot of balls here. He's way up here, and he catches the ball down here. I remember Deron Washington, who's been by here a couple of times. What a wonderful person. I know what a fabulous athlete and great player he was. But Toby is he's the best athlete I've had the opportunity to coach. He's a great worker, very conscientious, except on Sunday. Great person, wants to be a good player. The nuances of the game are still coming into frame for him, but I'll tell you what, it's not because of a lack of work and effort. He's a dandy, and we're lucky to have him in Blacksburg.
Nick, behind Rosin.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned that Patrick's going to help you guys win this season. How has he improved, and how is he going to play a
His core
significant
strength
role?
has gotten better. He's changing direction better. He needs to get on the floor. He needs some good things to happen. He's put the work in. He has the want to. He knows exactly what he's doing. You know, he came in the game. Lynn Kidd was down last year. Notre Dame at home. Elijah started and played the lion's share of the minutes. I think he played 25 minutes. Patrick played, I think, 10, and did very well for us. Had an offensive rebound, stick back, defended his spot. His ball screen coverages were quite good, and all of that has gotten better over the summer and into the fall.
Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
Jaden, shoot. I mean, has he kind of been what you'd expected?
Yeah, he has been. Now, he was limited a lot this summer. He was coming off of an avulsion in his thumb. He went down on a ball in practice and had a fracture in his thumb, and he had a knee that he had cleaned up at the end of the year. He could have played the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks of the year. Hisham thought it would be best to get him through the summer. He worked out tirelessly, did a great job in the weight room. He's gained 20, 25 pounds. He lost quite a bit of weight as he was rehabbing those injuries. But yes, David, he's been as good as advertised, as good as I had hoped he would be. Knows how to play. Another kid from Chicago that played for a high-level AAU team and a very, very good high school team. So he's off and running, doing well. He's going to play, could play a lot, and I'm really excited about him.
Rodney Brown Jr., you mentioned to Mark and I that you felt like this was a better stylistic fit for him. Have you seen that?
Did I say that?
Yeah, I mean, just
Berman might refute that. Doing well. He too gained probably 15 pounds, good weight this summer. Working really hard, can make a shot. He has not shot the ball great to this point, but he's capable. Got good hands and good feel, good offensive feel. So. Certainly expect him to play and help our team.
Ryan.
Coach, we've seen Brandon in action.
Yeah.
What are we going to probably see from him this go around? I mean, we know what he's capable of, and what are some of the how has he improved, and what have you seen from him going into the season?
Better understanding. Again, the biggest change in a person's game, in my opinion, has been through the years. Is not from high school to freshman year. It's that experience from their freshman year to their sophomore year. I was talking about Jaden Young in terms of routine. Rex Steiner's never had a problem with his routine. He's got an unbelievable routine. But, what it's supposed to look like, how the game is supposed to be played, certainly at the point guard spot. He has checked all those boxes here in the early going. Might play him off the ball a little bit, a little scared about that at 5'11", 6 foot, whatever he is. but he might be the best shooter we have. And I think if we've proven you can shoot the ball, you can get there. We can figure out some things to get some cracks for you. And he's shot the ball at a very high clip to this point.
Last question to Marty.
You open the door. Promise I won't ask it again this season. Can't guarantee no one else in this room will. But 39 years. I mean, what's it like different getting up in the morning? I mean, what it personally
not a
does it
damn
feel like?
thing. Marty, I've driven onto a college campus every day for 39 years. I am the luckiest human being the good Lord ever put down here. I am thankful. I think about it every day. Every day I come off South Main and I turn right onto Washington, and what a lucky human being I am to drive onto Virginia Tech's campus as a head basketball coach. Living right, buddy, living right. And this community, and I do take a moment to think of, some that are really struggling right now. Maybe not so much in Montgomery County, but we've had some struggles here. But we all have dear friends in Asheville and Linville and Boone and Blowing Rock. Spartanburg was hit really hard with down power lines, and had a friend in Augusta, Georgia. Didn't know her well. A tree went down in her house and killed her. But to go back to 39 years, I'm beyond thankful, man. I am beyond thankful, and to do it another year here at Virginia Tech is, what a dream come true that is.
Thanks, everyone.
Great to see everybody. Wish you well. See you in a month. Thanks, gang. Thank you, guys. Good questions over here, fellas. Good questions.